Footage leak of Apollo moon landing caught alien running away.
Right down the middle of the road. There it is. There it is. Son of a gun, right down the middle of the road. There it is.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's good. Now, let's get on with some videos.
This man just released the clearest photograph of the creature that was allegedly seen in Miami. Oddly enough, the man said the strange thing about this encounter was how in one of the photographs the creature appears to be transparent, and this matches what other residents have said. One resident said that this creature that was seen suddenly became transparent and appeared see-through, while another said that they tried to follow it, but it suddenly vanished. He was running away from the area at the time of the encounter, which is why the photographs are blurry. Interestingly, many have said that this isn't the first time that strange entities and sightings have been reported from this area, while others are not sure what to make of it. On social media, police officers have come forward and said that nothing was sighted, but other officers have said that they've been told that they can't talk about what happened. According to locals, they are currently facing encounters with mysterious entities standing at an imposing height of 8 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to large grey or insectoid entities. Recently, a man stepped forward and claimed to have had a video call with his father, who currently serves as a police officer in Miami. During the conversation, the son probed his father about the events that unfolded in Florida. However, the father disclosed that, at present, he is unable to divulge any specific details regarding the incident. Moreover, he mentioned that higher-ranking individuals have instructed him not to disclose anything.
100 feet, 3.5 down, 9 forward. 5%. 185. 75 feet. That's looking good, down a half. 6 forward. 60 seconds. Lights on. 6. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. Good. 40 feet down 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Straight shadow. 4 forward. 4 forward. Drift into the right a little. Down a half. 30 seconds forward. Good. Contact light. We're breaking again. Go on.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Jim. You're looking good here.
Boy.
Okay, we're going to be busy for a minute. After Armand, take care of the beach. I'll get this up to bed.
Wally, say something. I'm speechless. I'm just trying to hold on to my breath. That is really something.
Very smooth touchdown.
Kind of nice to be aboard on this one, isn't it? You know, we've been wondering what this guy Armstrong and Alden would say. He stepped foot on the moon, which comes a little bit later now. And just to hear him do it, we're left to absolutely with dry mouths and speechless.
It looks like we're bending the exercise enough. Roger, Eagle, and you are safe for T1. Over. Eagle, you are safe for T1. Roger. And we see him safe for T1. Roger, and we see you venting the ox. Roger.
It's a great simulation of what you can see there, if you could see us. That little fly speck is supposed to be a lens. Gee, they must be in a perfect position, upright, if there are no complaints about their position. Just a landed right. Just a little dust, even that concern was erased. Wow. there they sit on the moon. Just exactly nominal, wasn't it? Exactly as a flight plan all the way down. Man planning this thing on the surface of the earth. My God. We're done.
Yes, 622. Copy, now 60, now 43. Roger, we have it.
God damn it. Oh man. Is that the best they could come up with? I guess so. In the 60s or whatever, everybody would probably fall for it. We, with bigger eyes and eyes to see, today, I don't think so. Is that, if you shown that to the people today, they would be like, what the f are you doing? Give me my money back. And what about the camera that's already there? Remote controlled, and they have no lag, no nothing, just works flawlessly in the 60s? Come on, man, give me a break.
On the 13th of August 2000, near the Chilbolton Military Radio Telescope, appeared a beautiful crop circle that could not be deciphered. Its proximity to an installation supervised 24 hours a day makes it difficult, if not impossible, to think about a human origin. Its explanation arrived unexpectedly the year after. In fact, in the same field, on August the 14th, 2001, a new pictogram appeared. This time, however, it was not the usual symbol. This is in fact a face, with clear humanoid features, designed with the same technique used for the old black and white photos of newspapers. A set of points, where the difference of width and distance between them creates the image. A technique never seen before in crop circles. The so-called alien face from Crabwood Farm has raised much controversy about its authenticity. Yet, after many years, nobody has shown it to be a fake, and no one has claimed its creation. The complexity of its realization, simulating the structure of a television frame, the three-dimensional effect of the figure, the difficulty of achieving the binary code in a spiral, as in real compact discs, are all elements that make the hoax theory very unlikely.
I like the one peekabooing in the background.
if I sit right here, boss? Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, so this is something that needs to be explained properly, as it's being posted as a racist incident. So here's the real story. The man you hear screaming and acting irrationally was lashing out at passengers because he claimed they were all aliens. The passenger in front of him got the worst of his outburst. He pulled her hair, punched her. This is when staff intervened to stop him, punching him until he stopped. Seconds later, he began his tirade. He was arrested and taken off the flight.
Right here, boss. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Follow me for your dose of nightmare fuel.
And I was planning to travel all over the world doing these videos for you guys. Malfunctioning planes, scary people on board. Man, I think I'm just gonna stay home. Nah, I'm not gonna let that stop me. There are trains, there are cars, boats. It's gonna be great.
Basically what they found was that this one mummy that they call Maria has an elongated skull, and in the CT scans they don't see any evidence of skull binding, which has been one of the big arguments that we've heard over and over again about why the Paracas skulls must have these elongated skulls. Well, in this particular case, there is no evidence whatsoever. You don't see any rings in the bony calvarium, you know, the skull. You don't see any evidence of binding. There were no hair on this Nazca mummy they call Maria. No ear auricles. Maria has a cranial volume that's 30% greater than humans. In the paper, they say that she has 4 phalanges in the hands.
This is a major update. Do you remember those mummified aliens that were found in Peru? A good 20 of them. It seems as though the plot thickens after recent fingerprint analysis indicates they're not human. Don't suppose it matters that they only have 3 fingers. The scientists say in their own words that these alien mummies have straight-lined fingerprints and believe they're extraterrestrials. Let me know what you think. Stay tuned.
I don't think those are aliens at all. Yeah, they look kind of weird, but I think those were the ones that were living on this planet a long time ago. And they probably still are, just deep inside the Earth. I know I've already shown you this, but I found one that was so much better and it had a story attached to it. So, here you go.
We had guessed that the ship had been there perhaps over 1 billion years old.
And that this female was still in the pilot's chair, preserved?
Absolutely amazing, stunning.
3-mile-long spacecraft. How long has it been there? How old might it be?
There have been guesses tossed around that it might be 1 million years old, might have been 100 million years old.
In the big 3-mile-long cigar-shaped ship. And then you went back and got her and brought her to the lander to bring back to the Earth as well as the Gray's Head.
That's correct. Rutledge went back. I remained in the lander. When we returned, Rutledge said he was going to go get the woman pilot, and he did. It looked sophisticated, so I do tend to believe that she had some kind of a computer attached to her skin, and they were very visible.
Were they all over her body?
No, but the thighs, portions of her sides, back, and perhaps as much as 30% of her skin surface. Patterns, tattoos, yeah. The tattoos or patterns were probably a computer. It could be that their technology had circuits and chips that were so thin and so small that they would simply look like coloring on the skin. What I saw was an extremely well-preserved person. If they had died on the Earth, you would swear that they hadn't been dead for more than several weeks and kept fairly well preserved during those several weeks. It was amazing.
Talk about the colors and the pattern shapes.
So they looked like circuit patterns. They would form right angles, two, three lines would go together, and then 2-3 lines would suddenly make a 90-degree turn. It looked computer-like, it really did.
Beautiful Polynesian-looking preserved female in one of the cockpit chairs.
Her skin was all intact. A dress of some sort, possibly a jumpsuit, be very much intact. No deterioration to speak of.
What about those tubes on her face were controlling from her mind this huge 3-mile-long craft, and she was the pilot?
Full panel. It looks like you put your hands on it. And apparently the controls, the ship's computer, interface directly with the pilot.
People who have confirmed for me they've had their own hands in those panels from 47. There were 6 fingers on those particular beings.
And now John Levine continues with what he and Commander Rutledge found in the 3-mile-long ancient craft.
Such a strange way of constructing things. These odd shapes that like jigsaw puzzles, they're fit in perfectly.
Polygonal. Yeah, probably 500 tons of that, 400 probably.
Holy I mean, look at that gentleman who's standing there. And it's above the other ones, right? It's not even the one that's on the bottom. Look at that.
That's Sacsayhuaman, yeah, this is Peru.
Look at, they have them in Italy too.
You can find them in Egypt, Japan, Easter Island. There's these similarities across numerous continents.
Some of the details in these are astonishing. These little tiny notches that it's matched on all the sides of the stone. And it's not just surface level either. It goes all the way through the mating surfaces of the stone.
We're looking at this after thousands of years.
Right.
Who knows how many earthquakes, weather erosion. Is it a coincidence? They just happened to start building polygonal walls.
It's literally the most difficult way to do it. That's the crazy thing. Is like, this is not how you solve the building a wall problem.
It's really wild stuff because somehow or another these people had to be in communication with each other or sharing information or had carried information from other places.
Right.
It's just so strange.
I think there is only one way of constructing like this. You use clay and mold. I mean, you gotta just take into consideration that these guys, they were much taller than us, bigger, giants. And you can see how all these stones fit perfectly. They can only do that if they were soft in the beginning, before they harden it, so that they can press it into the next one and the next one. And they can do it in all different shapes and sizes. That's the only logical conclusion that comes to my mind. It was most probably built with clay and molds by the gigantic brothers they had back then. If you think about it, there are all kinds of size of animals in this world. It all depends on the environment. Big cats, small cats, gigantic cats. Why wouldn't there be all kinds of sizes of humanoids? Little ones, normal ones, and then gigantic ones, helping out building up the pyramids. So yeah, this little guy, definitely a cool little one.
I have talked with one man who worked in the Defense Intelligence Agency who told me, quote, "Linda, our government has proof that 3 competing extraterrestrial civilizations have been mixing and matching genes to create all kinds of life forms on this planet for at least 270 million years, before the time of the dinosaurs." And there is something about that that has always made sense to me when you match up what people have said and the stories that are in book. And it may be that those are the 3 civilizations that the DIA guy meant when he said there have been 3 competing: grays, blondes, and the reptilian. But he went further and said the reptilians say and claim that they have been on Earth first. Sort of like the Garden of Eden story. And they resent the coming of the blondes and the grays, and that the 3 had been at each other's throats over this planet because it is an extraordinary planet. That it is really more like a laboratory. Well, if the grays showed up, let's say they're 3rd here, maybe they were late to this party, and they end up somehow stumbling into this Earth situation where the reptiles have already been here. The blonde Nordics are newcomers to the planet. It may make sense then that when you get to the 20th and the 21st centuries, you do have a lot of military people who have had missions with these. We say they think that the Nordics want to help us because they want the reptilians out. The grays, they think, may want to help us in a friendly way because they want to stay on a planet that they can cohabit with and survive. The blondes don't hate the grays, so they would be tolerated. But the blondes and the reptilians hate each other and want to annihilate, leaving the grays as a kind of strange neutral ground between the 2.
They are evolving and a learning species just as much as any other species in the whole universe. And at one point or another, they have calculated this very intellectualized way of what is the balance and the best way, so to speak. And they came to 100% success rate. But that also makes them in their eyes, the last species of the universe. And then the species who, turns off the light.
A homeowner was hearing strange noises at their back door and decided to set up a camera to film what was making the noise. This is what they captured. A large, bulbous-headed figure looks in through the window. It has large black eyes, a flat nose, and a small pointed mouth. These features resemble the classic depiction of an alien gray. Experts are divided over the footage. Analyzing the footage frame by frame, it could just be a mask, but the creature blinks several times. Is this an elaborate hoax or a real encounter?
Alright folks, that's the end of this one. Remember, keep an open mind, always be vigilant. Not all information is good information or true information. This is all for entertainment, and I hope I see you again soon. Peace out!